This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Tilani Pires. The government says that the ban on the import of organic fertilizer from a Chinese company is not a diplomatic issue. The health officials say the youth are still hesitating to get the COVID-19 vaccination. The Lanka Satosa CWE has gained remarkable profit after 7 years. Organic fertilizer distribution for the Maha season will commence from tomorrow. The retirement age for private sector employees is to be amended. The Indian Army Chief is to arrive in the country on a 5-day goodwill visit today. And on international news, Thailand to reopen for some vaccinated visitors on the 1st of November. Cabinet spokesman Dallas Alhaperum asserted that the ban on the import of fertilizer from a Chinese company is not a diplomatic issue. The Agriculture Ministry has recently announced that a decision was taken not to import organic fertilizer from the Chinese company after harmful bacteria was found in a second set of samples. Referring to the issue, Cabinet spokesman told reporters today that the decision to ban the import of organic fertilizer from a Chinese company can be appealed. However, he said the matter involves the health and safety of Sri Lankans and should not be seen as a diplomatic issue. The minister also noted that attempts should not be made to make the fertilizer issue an issue between China and India. He added China had told Sri Lanka recently to respect science and facts with regards to the import of organic fertilizer from a Chinese company. The health officials say there is still hesitancy shown by the youth in getting the COVID-19 vaccination. It added the university students have also been hesitant to get themselves vaccinated. The University Grants Commission announced that university students can get their vaccines at the nearest university premises until this Friday. Commenting on the matter, Deputy Director General of Health Services Dr. Hemantha Herath said that the ministry is getting a limited number of vaccines like Pfizer, which the youth prefer to have. He said stressing the need to vaccinate every university student before starting of the academic activities at the universities. He also invited the students to get the vaccines without further delay and being selective. The Lanka Satosa CWE has gained a remarkable profit after 7 years. The Minister of Trade, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, says the loss-making Lanka Satosa has recorded a total revenue of 30 billion rupees for the 9 months from January to September 2021. Lanka Satosa has recorded a revenue of 4 billion rupees last September alone. The Trade Minister added. The minister made these remarks at the opening of a new Lanka Satosa sales outlet in Ratnapura. He said Lanka Satosa has shown a 50% increase in total sales compared to the first 9 months of 2019. The minister said that for the first time in the history of Lanka Satosa, the highest sales in a month was recorded last September, and this sale, which was 4 billion rupees, was the highest sales ever recorded. Organic fertilizer distribution to paddy farmers for the Maha season will commence tomorrow. The Minister of Agriculture says the decision was taken at a meeting chaired by Agriculture Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage yesterday. It was decided at this meeting to start the distribution of fertilizer from the Ampara district. It was also agreed to give priority to the distribution of organic fertilizer to the paddy-growing districts of Ampara, Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Monaragala, Trincomalee, Batticaloa, Kurunegala, Hambantota and Puttlam. The ministry said the required organic fertilizer can be obtained from the agrarian centres in the respective areas shortly. Bioliquid fertilizers and organic nitrogen will also be sold at all agrarian service centres for the farmers, the ministry added. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The retirement age for private sector employees is to be increased to 60. Cabinet approval had been granted on the 23rd of March this year to prepare a bill to amend the age limit for retirement of private sector employees. The bill has been further discussed with the participation of all relevant parties in the Committee on Study on Policy or Legal Matters affecting the business sector. The bill has been prepared by including provisions to extend the retirement age to 60 years with respect to employees who have not attained the age of 52 years on the effective date of the proposed act. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal presented by the Minister of Labour to present the minimum retirement age for private sector employees act prepared by the legal draftsman to Parliament for approval. The Chief of the Army Staff of the Indian Army General Manoj Mukund Narvani is scheduled to arrive in the country on a 5-day goodwill visit today. Leading a 5-member delegation, the visiting Indian Army Chief is expected to meet the President, Prime Minister, State Minister of National Security, Defence Secretary, Secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Tri-Forces commanders. Accompanied by his spouse, Mrs. Veena Narvani, the visiting dignitary will also be present to witness the final demonstration of the bilateral Mitra Shakti exercise at the Madru Oya Special Forces Training School. Chief of the Army visits Sri Lanka at the invitation of his Sri Lankan counterpart, General Shavendra Silva. That ends local news for now.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The health officials say there is still hesitancy shown by the youth in getting the COVID-19 vaccination. It added the university students have also been hesitant to get themselves vaccinated. The University Grants Commission announced that university students can get their vaccines at the nearest university premises until this Friday. Commenting on the matter, Deputy Director General of Health Services, Dr. Hemant Herat, said that the ministry is getting a limited number of vaccines like Pfizer, which the youth prefer to have. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Light.
Health experts say lack of physical activities and poor eating habits pose risks to human health when people continue to spend time in their homes due to the pandemic. They say that a healthy and balanced diet will strengthen the immune system. They ask the public to consume meals at a table and not eat on the sofa, in the bedroom or at the computer because people may consume more than they need without realizing how much they eat. The report also said when curfews or state of emergencies are declared, people tend to buy pasta and instant food items from the market. But they are not an ideal meal due to its high calories and low nutritional value. They recommend people should consume high fiber and high protein foods and vegetables and fruits. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News.
The headlines are first, Thailand to reopen for some vaccinated visitors on the 1st of November. UK job vacancies reach 20-year high. Nepal bus crash kills at least 25. Thailand plans to end COVID quarantine requirements for fully vaccinated travellers from the 1st of November. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said that the decision was taken with some risk, but it was a must to revive the country's collapsed tourism sector. The country has been recording more than 10,000 positive infections daily since July. It has fully vaccinated around 33% of its almost 70 million people. Mr. Prayut said Thailand would also allow entertainment venues to reopen on the 1st of December and permit alcohol sales. He added that the authorities were planning to open Thailand for more countries on that date. The number of job vacancies in the UK has hit a record high according to the latest official figures. The Office for the National Statistics said vaccines hit 1.1 million between July and September, the highest level since records began in 2001. The number of job vacancies in the UK has hit a record high according to the latest official figures. The Office for the National Statistics said vacancies hit 1.1 million between July and September, the highest level since records began in 2001. The largest increase in vacancies was in the retail sector and in motor vehicle repairs, it said. The UK unemployment rate was estimated at 4.5 compared to a rate of 4% before the pandemic. The office also said the number of employees on payrolls showed another monthly increase, rising to 207,000 to a record 29.2 million in September. At least 25 people have been killed and many others injured in a bus crash in northwest Nepal, police say. The vehicle was travelling through Mugu district when it left the road shortly after midday on Tuesday, local media reported. The cause of the crash is unclear, but some reports suggest the bus may have had an issue with its brakes failing. Road accidents are not uncommon in Nepal and are usually caused by bad roads or poorly maintained vehicles. Images published by local media showed the crushed wreckage of an overturned bus at what appeared to be the foot of a hillside. Rescue teams were deployed to the scene and an investigation was underway, police said. They added that many of those on the bus may have been travelling home after celebrating Dashain, a major religious festival in Nepal and India. Back to the world news headlines. Thailand to reopen for some vaccinated visitors on the 1st of November. UK job vacancies reach 20-year high. Nepal bus crash kills at least 25. That ends world news.
And now in development news.
A Mahavali Cultivations Promotional Week has been declared from today. The program is implemented under the Saubhagya Agriculture Development Program. The inauguration ceremony took place this morning under the patronage of Minister Chamal Rajapaksa at the Mahavali Centre. The minister said that home garden projects and the organic fertilizer program in Mahavali zones are introduced to overcome economic challenges and boost the economy of the people in the area. That was development news.
Sports news.
Hundreds of footballers have threatened legal action against the data collection industry, which could change how information is handled. Led by former Cardiff City Leyton Orient and Yeovil Town manager Russell Slade, 850 players want compensation for the trading of their performance data over the past 6 years. They also want an annual fee from the companies for any future use. Letters before action have been sent to 17 big firms alleging data misuse. An analyst said if the group pursues legal action and is successful, it could lead to a radical change of a multi-billion-pound industry behind professional sport that trades on players' information. That ends sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
People's Bank was yet again featured among the coveted top 10 most admired companies of Sri Lanka for the 2020-2021 financial year, organised by the International Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants and the Daily FT. Open for both listed and unlisted companies, the annual Most Admired Companies of Sri Lanka awards recognise companies that are a cut above the rest in terms of overall excellence. That came to you in business news.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And on economic news, Sri Lanka Tourism has taken several strategic measures to increase the number of tourists visiting Sri Lanka. According to the Minister of Tourism, hopes to increase the number up to 100,000 by next month. Sri Lanka Tourism employs a synergistic strategy involving advertising, international public relations, digital marketing, events and sponsorship activities to further position the destination. The Minister of Tourism said its aim is to draw 1.5 million tourists annually. That was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the Sabaragamuwa and central provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in the western and northwestern provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. A few showers may occur in the northern province too. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the night. Wind speed can be increased up to 50 kilometers per hour at times in the western slopes of the Central Hills, northern, north-central, northwestern and the southern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The government says that the ban on the import of organic fertilizer from a Chinese company is not a diplomatic issue. The health officials say the youth are still hesitating to get the COVID-19 vaccination. The Lanka Satusa CWE has gained remarkable profit after 7 years. Organic fertilizer distribution for the Maha season will commence from tomorrow. The retirement age for private sector employees is to be amended. The Indian Army Chief is to arrive in the country on a 5-day goodwill visit today. And on international news, Thailand to reopen for some vaccinated visitors on the 1st of November. That ends this news broadcast.